What's going on, guys? What's going on? Had a great week last week. I had 7 loads taken from me. Okay, 7 loads. And what happened was I found a load that was going to Sturdy Mount, Wisconsin. And from there, I picked out of New Berlin and took it all the way to Richmond, Virginia, and paid me $1,822. So that was $208 a mile. And then after that, I found a heavy load coming out of West Point, Virginia, to Cole Center, Pennsylvania. About 43,000 pounds, but it paid me $950, and that was like, what was that? About $250 a mile. It averaged out to be. So here's what I did this week. I'll show you. Here's my numbers, and so I ended up running 317 empty miles, 2,182 loaded miles for a total of 2,499. I averaged $1.98 a mile. I made for gross pay $4,943.26. And then on top of that, the week before, there was a load. It was a weird load. It was supposed to go from Danville, Illinois, all the way to Columbus, Ohio. And what happened was before I picked it up, they called me up and they said, hey, that load needs to go to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I told them I'm not going to do it for, what was it? It was at $608. And I said, I'm not going to do it for that. And they go, no, the amount would be $1,301 was what that load paid me. And what happened was payroll never changed it on their end to $1,301. So that week I only got paid $608. So instead of the $4,200 that I was supposed to make, I only made $3,500. They were short $692 and some odd change. So that was added onto this settlement. So I didn't add it into the $4,943. So it came out to be like $5,500 and something dollars for this week. My settlement is going to be roughly around $3,000. I am uber happy because this week I'm taking a few days off. I've been gone for a month, and I'm taking Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. Well, possibly Tuesday. I might go back out Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. But I was really excited with what happened this week. Next week that I'm taking those days off, I pulled a load. It was paying I wanted to get home, so I pulled a load that was paying $1.35 a mile. It was $1,100 from Navarre, Ohio to Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Got into Minnesota. Now I'm doing I got 3 loads. I'm delivering now. It's a live unload. I got 2 loads after this. Live load, drop and hook, then live unload. And they're paying $250 or more a mile for those ones. And I'm staying close to home, so I'm going to be home. I got home last night. I'm going to be home tonight, and I'm going to be home obviously tomorrow afternoon, and staying home until Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I decide to leave for next week. I used some of my truck credits, so I only used $200, so I'm not gonna use the whole amount just because I felt like taking a few days off. It's not worth it to me. I'd rather keep those because I'm going on vacation here in a couple of weeks or a couple months. So I'm only using $200 of it. But anyways, I am super excited. I get to put a bunch of money away for the truck, and because I only pay myself like $600, and since I park my truck at home, my business pays half of the rent, and then I pay half the rent. So an extra $300. So this week I'm going to pay myself $900. But holy cow, man, I was uber excited. I don't think I've ever pulled a load. And on top of that, the Wisconsin to Virginia load was only 5,000 pounds. So I was cruising. I was flying. I got there. I left. Let's see here. It was a live load, live unload. I picked up on I believe I picked it up on Friday, and I delivered it Sunday morning. And after that, I deadhead down to West Point, Virginia, picked that load up. That had a 12 o'clock appointment for Monday. And I pulled all the way up, and I was looking for another load to pull on Monday too, but I couldn't find anything that was bringing me towards the house. So I had what I did was I just took Monday and went to go pick up my next load. That was going to Coon Rapids, and picked her up and parked for the night. So I had a short day on Monday because I picked that load up on Sunday and brought it. I was like, by the time I stopped, I was only like 80 miles away from Cole Center, Pennsylvania. I was in what is that? Grantsville, Maryland is where I stopped. Yeah, it was like 80 miles, I think it was. But anyways, that's that. And I made $1.98 a mile I averaged this week. If I added that $692 into there, I probably would have averaged somewhere between like, I don't know, 205 or something like that, maybe a little bit more. But here, I'll show you what my settlement's going to look like here. One second. Waiting for a phone call because they're supposed to call me and let me know when I go into the door. And gotta get live loaded. I'm going to Minneapolis, gotta get live loaded. I'm gonna take the load home because there's no point in me taking all the way to Eau Claire, go all the way home, go all the way to Menominee, and then go deliver load and then go all the way home. So I'm gonna pick up the load, go home, because Menominee is only, it's like 20 miles away from Eau Claire. 25 miles, something like that. So it's just worth it to me to take it home. I mean, I have until midnight tomorrow night to deliver it. So I'm just going to take it home, deliver it in the morning, and pick up my next load, go deliver it. It delivers in Hugo at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So, and then from there, I'm going to go home, stay home for a while, you know. But here's my settlement. It was a little bit less than $3,000, I guess. I ended up, I don't know if you could see it. I don't know how to do this. Alright, you can kind of see it. It says $2,728.55 is what I'm taking home. My total gross revenue was $5,585.90. Total deductions was $2,857.35. I paid a lot in fuel, $1,600. I had a lot of heavy loads. I only had 2 light loads. No, 1 light load last week, and that was the big one. That was only 5,000 pounds, and then all the rest of them were anywhere from 35,000 to 43,000 pounds. So the one that I picked up out of Navarre, Ohio, to take to Coon Rapids, that one was only 10,000 pounds. So that was a pretty decent haul. But sometimes it can be a pain in the neck when you're in I forgot, I lost myself there. Forgot what I was gonna say. Stupid. Anyways, but don't think that you're gonna make this amount every week. If you look at my other videos, I have videos of me only making $3,100 that week. But be smart about it. You know, if you know you're not gonna make that much that week, take your speed, drop it down. I mean, if the speed limit's 70, that doesn't matter. Don't look at that. If you got a heavy load, I mean, if I got a heavy load, I know that I'm gonna have a light week. That I'm not gonna be making much money this week. I'll go 62. I don't care. Schneider trucks, anyways. You know, everybody thinks that when they see a Schneider trailer, it's automatically a company truck, so they'll go try flying by you. And if you got a light load and you're going 70, and they're like, oh fuck. You know, but I'll drop it down to 62, 63, just to save a little bit of fuel, you know. this week I was in a hurry. I wanted to make sure that I got all my loads done. After I got those 7 loads taken away, I was irritated because I had a $4,100 week set up, and all of a sudden I see that one load that was popping out in Wisconsin. I'm like, I gotta take it, you know, and it worked out great. We got all the way out to Virginia. I ended up stopping in, shoot, where did I stop? Somewhere in Indiana off of 65. Uh, Not too far away from Crown Point. It's a little bit south of Crown Point at that Flying J. I stopped there, and I stayed there for the night. Got up in the morning. I ended up making it. Let's see here. I went about 600 miles. By the time I stopped that night, Sunday, I only had 130 miles left to go. But no, I that boosted me up a lot because I was starting to get down because I had a $4,100 week. I had it packed up until Monday, and all of a sudden those loads got taken away from me, and I hurried on the load board, and it was a new load. Uh, and one thing, when you're on the load board and it says new, that means that load has been on there for 90 minutes or less. So up until 90 minutes, it says new load. So it was a new load. I grabbed it, I snagged it, and I had an appointment time of, what was it, like 10 o'clock in the morning, and on Friday, and that sucked that day though, because there's a bad fatality off of 94 there, going eastbound, so they had to reroute us. I mean, we sat. It took me, let's see here, it took me 4 hours. No, not quite that long. It was 3 hours to go like 5 miles. I was irritated. They had to reroute us and everything, but I mean, I hope those people, or whatever happened, I don't know. I feel bad that there was a fatality. I hope the other people survived. Um, but we get all the way around. We're sitting there for 3 hours. Uh, and the thing that sucked was as soon as we took that exit, it wasn't even 10 minutes later, traffic was moving again on 94. I mean, we had already sat there for a half hour in traffic. They were rerouting everybody, and it wasn't even 10, 15 minutes later, traffic was going. So I sat there for another 2.5 hours trying to get back around to the fucking interstate. Man, that was a pain in the butt. But but no, like I was saying, I got lucky this week. Don't wait if you decide to become an owner operator. Don't think that you're gonna have this every week, because you have things to worry about. You're gonna go home. I know a lot of people that go home every weekend. I used to be that way. I changed my ways. I prefer to stay out a couple weeks, make as much money as I can, and then take a couple days off. Some people take every weekend off. Some people are home every other night. I did that too. Made decent money. I mean, I think it was only like $3,500 a week. I mean, it's not too horrible. Um, so, anyways, you got your home time. You got your breakdowns. I mean, when your truck breaks down, you know, well, you know how it is. Sometimes it's something where it takes a week to fix. Sometimes they'll get it done that same day. You never know. But you have that. And you also have the issue of finding loads on the load board. You have to hurry up, and if you see a good paying load, you got to take it right away. You don't want to wait because somebody else is going to grab it. It's first come, first serve. If you put it in your favorites list, that doesn't mean crap. Somebody could still take it. Um, so, and then sometimes they'll take loads off the load board because they have to have, you know, they have their main customer, and then they have this little customer, and the load doesn't pay as much, and the load's not getting pulled. So sometimes they'll take all the bigger company loads off the load board and give it to the company drivers, and the owner operators have to do the other loads because Schneider tries to um, They obviously want to make all their customers happy. Everybody does. But they obviously want to have their bigger companies happy. So you have those weeks where you can't find a load that's paying, more than $1.70 a mile. You have those sometimes. Um, but that's all part of trucking. I mean, if you want to go with Schneider, that's how they do it. If you want to go with Landstar, I mean, you obviously have a little bit more freedom, but you have to deal with everybody. You have to deal with agents. That takes time. I've heard of people waiting 5 hours to get a phone call back from their agent, and come to find out they ended up giving it to somebody else. I'm not saying that's how it is all the time, but I have talked to drivers from Landstar that have done that. So it's one of those things where you got to give something up to get what you want. I mean, Schneider load boards, they have the loads that I mean, it's a big company. I mean, they're not going anywhere. Their load board is huge. I mean, I pulled up a load board, and in a week it was showing 30,000 loads in that week. That need to get pulled, and excuse me, and that's for the ICs. That's not with the company drivers. Company drivers don't get to look at the load board. So with that being said, I'm very happy with my week that I had. This week's gonna be a short week. Like I said, I'm taking 4 days off, 3-4 days off, and I'm just doing short hauls to stay close to home. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment. If you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe, If you subscribe, you're going to get my videos sent to you, and you'll be able to see more of my videos, more of me, this guy, the happy guy. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good day and drive safe. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.